Hello everyone, this is Deborah Richardson, and today I am putting the AP in Happy, where Accounts Payable team members are empowered to protect the vendor master file from fraud. This podcast will give a voice to Accounts Payable teams by talking about the growing reality of cyber attacks in their world and what vendor onboarding and vendor management techniques they can apply to protect the vendor master file from fraud. Stay tuned as you and I celebrate the start of AP Appreciation Week, and you can find out how I can give you a voice as a guest on an upcoming episode of Putting the AP in Happy. Welcome to the first episode of Putting the AP in Happy podcast, where Accounts Payable team members are empowered to protect the vendor master file from fraud. So let's kick off the start of AP Appreciation Week with a great big thank you to you and all the AP team members who work hard to make sure the lights stay on and the doors stay open, from leading system enhancements to finding ways to incorporate artificial intelligence and robotics into your processes to make them more efficient. So let's you and I look at 5 ways you can celebrate you and your career during AP Appreciation Week. So number 1 is to plan to get a certification. Plan to get a certification. A certification will show your grasp of AP fundamentals, best practices, and your commitment to accuracy and compliance. There are 3 organizations that provide AP certification, each with different levels of certifications depending on your education and employee leadership experience. All can be done online. Also, each requires annual training hours to maintain your certification, which is also great because that means that you and your employer knows that you will stay up to date with the trends in AP. Don't worry if you don't catch the links. I will have all the links to the 3 organizations in the show notes. The first one is IOFM, the Institute of Finance and Management. IOFM offers the Accredited Payables Manager, APM, the Accredited Payable Specialist, APS, and is the only one of the 3 that also offers a 1099 certification, Certified Payment Reporting Specialist, or CPRS. You can find more information by going to their website at iofm.com. The next one is IFO, the Institute of Financial Operations. It offers the Certified Accounts Payable Professional, or CAP, and the Certified Accounts Payable Associate, CAPA. One thing to note is that they offer the test only in certain windows throughout the year. More information can be found at their website, financialops.org. If you happen to be listening from the UK, the third one is a new organization called the Accounts Payable Association, and they offer 3 AP certifications: the APA Technician, the APA Team Leader, and the APA Manager. For more information, go to ap-association.com. So those were the 3 organizations that offer AP certification: IOFM, IFO, and the Accounts Payable Association. I currently have 2 certifications from IOFM. I have the Accredited Payables Manager, APM, that I've been maintaining since 2013, and the Certified Reporting Specialist, CPRS, that I earned this year. Keep in mind, too, that you have to be a member of each of the organizations to get the certification, and there are also membership benefits that you can use to grow your career. There are business templates, career advice, and there's also a community of other Accounts Payable team members that you can network with virtually or at the conferences that each organization hosts annually. Number 2. Get Digital Solutions Training. Get Digital Solutions Training. Blockchain, artificial intelligence, robotics, AP automation, digital disruption are all buzzwords in your accounts payable world today, and you need to stay up to date to recognize how these digital solutions can be applied to your area. Can you go big and automate the vendor onboarding and maintenance process by implementing a vendor self-registration portal that uses artificial intelligence and robotics? Or on a smaller level, can you automate a current manual process? A great way to start off is to download the Accounts Payable Professional's Guide to Artificial Intelligence at iofm.com. It's a free on-demand webinar and you don't have to be a member to view. Number 3, get fraud training. Get fraud training. According to the Cisco 2018 Annual Cybersecurity Report, phishing and spear phishing are well-worn tactics for stealing users' credentials and other sensitive information, and that's because they are very effective. So what does that mean for accounts payable teams, and more specifically, vendor maintenance? Fraudsters are focusing on accounts payable team members that have access to the vendor master file. And they're not just phishing by email, they're calling into your help desk and using human emotion to get you to divulge sensitive personal information on your vendors so that they can submit fraudulent invoices or get you to update the vendor master file with fraudulent data to reroute payments. Urgent vendor requests threatening to notify leadership, or having a baby cry in the background. To get you or your team members to divulge information or make changes outside of your normal processes are just 2 examples. For the link to download your copy of the Cisco Annual Cybersecurity Report, or for more fraud information and training for you or your vendor maintenance team, head on over to deborahrrichardson.com. Number 4, take some time for yourself. Take some time for yourself. You know the drill. Year end is coming. All the urgent new vendors that need to be onboarded to pay all those invoices that have been sitting on desks since March. You also have to clean up the vendor master file to prepare for sending 1099s and 1042s in January and February. Take some time before it gets busy. Spend some time doing whatever makes you happy. So what makes me happy? I like to walk half marathons. Not run, but walk. There is a whole community of walkers out there that walk 5Ks, 10Ks, 15Ks, half marathons, and even full marathons. The first half marathon I walked was the Rock and Roll Half Marathon last year in Las Vegas. It was really cool because it was in November when it wasn't still very hot, and it started at 4:30 in the afternoon, which meant I walked mostly in the dark, right on the strip with all the lights. It was a blast. If you're interested, I'll post a picture on deborahrrichardson.com right in the podcast page so you can see what I look like as I cross the finish line of my first half marathon. Number 5. Join my mailing list for a chance to be featured on an upcoming episode of Putting the AP in Happy podcast. Join my mailing list for a chance to be featured on an upcoming episode of Putting the AP in Happy podcast. Go on over to deborahrrichardson.com and input your email address and tell me your vendor story if you would like to be interviewed for an upcoming episode. Do you have something you are proud of in your career? Did you thwart a phishing attempt? Did you implement a vendor portal? Did you achieve your AP certification? If you're proud of it, I'm proud of it. And together we can record the episode for all your friends, family, co-workers, and future leadership to hear. Okay, so that was 5 things you can do to celebrate you and your AP career during AP Appreciation Week. To recap, number 1 was to get an AP certification. Number 2 was to get digital solutions training. Number 3 was to get fraud training. Number 4 was to take some time for yourself. And number 5 was to join my mailing list for a chance to be a guest on an upcoming episode. Thanks, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Putting the AP in Happy podcast, where accounts payable teams are empowered to protect the vendor master file. Don't forget to check the show notes for links. Happy AP Appreciation Week, everyone, and stay happy.